Welcome everyone to another live lesson. Today it's all going to be about would. Would phrases in English. Let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see my notes. Here we go. Okay. So today is November 20th. It's a Wednesday, and we're going to look at common would phrases in English for daily use. Normally, when we think about would, we think about grammar, modal verbs, would, grammar. Today's lesson is maybe 10% grammar and 90% vocabulary. We're going to look at some common phrases. So think about today as a vocabulary lesson. And you can join my English Nerd membership to keep these notes forever. Let me show you what we're going to look at today. I have 4 pages of notes, lots of phrases. If you like these notes, if you want to download them, maybe print them so you can study them on paper, join my membership and you can download these after the lesson. Okay. Right. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize what I see and what you see. Ooh, that's not in the middle. Okay. First things first, this is really important. How do we pronounce would? How do we pronounce would? Would? Like wood. Wood from a tree. Wood. Would like hood. It's the same sound. Not ooh. Would, hood. I hope you're practicing at home. I hope you're saying it with me. Let's say it together. Would. Would. And I have a funny little tongue twister for you. Let's take a look. I have a silly picture I put together. Try this. Listen to me one time. The would need a good hood. And just so you know, a hood is like in this picture. It's the thing you put over your head when it's raining. That's a hood. Listen to me again and repeat after me. The would need a good hood. Let's try that again. The would need a good hood. So this sentence doesn't really make sense, but it's just good to practice that pronunciation. Okay. Let's keep moving. Dalton, nice test. Thank you. It's kind of a funny tongue twister. Don't think about the meaning of the sentence. It doesn't make sense, but just practice it at home. Bitter says, I said it. Excellent. That's what I want. I want you to practice at home. Okay. Oh, this is a bit too... There we go. Now everything fits. Let's look at the first one. We're going to start simple. We're going to start simple. Oops. Why is this there? I want to move that. There we go. I would like. We need to start with this one because it's super common. I would like to plus verb, or I would like noun. This is a polite way to say I want. It's not nice to say I want water, I want this. It's more formal. It's more polite to say I would like. Listen to me read these sentences. I would like to visit Thailand before my 40th birthday. I would like to visit. We have to verb. I would like some new blinds for my kitchen. And these are blinds. Blinds go up and down. Those are blinds. And curtains go like this. blinds, and curtains. Honey says, I would like to have a drink. Nice. Elvira, good to see you here. I would like to buy a new computer. Me too. Yeah, me too. I would. Notice the contraction. A lot of times when we're speaking, we contract. I'd like. I'd like to cancel my order. I'd like a glass of tap water. I would like. Tahazim, ooh, this is a scary sentence. I would like to have a word with you. If someone says it to you, you're probably in trouble. I'd like to have a word with you. Vitor, I would like to win the lottery. Yeah, absolutely. Good. And I'd like a glass of tap water. You know, tap water is just from a sink, from the faucet. We call it tap water. Okay, good. Vijaya, I would like to invite my home. Oh, here we're missing something. I would like to invite someone to my home. I would like to invite you to my home. I would like to invite my in-laws to my home. Yeah. Okay. So here we have that I'd contracted form, I'd. Let's go over the other contracted forms. Just listen. Just listen. I'd, he'd, she'd, it'd, we'd, they'd. So listen out for this. Usually when we're speaking, we contract. Kayla, I would like to learn English faster. Yep, I think if we had a choice, we would learn everything faster, wouldn't we? Good. In the negative, I wouldn't like to live alone. No. I wouldn't like security cameras in my house. That's kind of popular now, right? People have cameras in their house, like in their living room, in their kitchen. Do you have cameras in your house? Ooh, I wouldn't like that. I would feel like I'm being watched. Ooh, Natalia, we never drink tap faucet water. We first need to boil it, filter it, and then boil it. Okay, right. So I think it depends where you live. So where you live, Natalia, you never drink tap water. Question form. Question form is very polite. I hope you start using the question form. Would you like? This is the same as saying, do you want? It's a little bit politer. Would you like to have coffee sometime? Would you like to have coffee sometime? Would you like a cup of coffee? These questions are pretty much the same thing. I just wanted to show you after would like, we can have the verb infinitive or we can have the noun. Same thing, just pick the one you want to use. Yes, this is very polite. Would you like something to drink? Excellent. Great. Bitter says, I'd like, nice, I'd like to have. I'd like to have cameras inside my home to watch my dogs. That's a good idea. If you have pets, when you're at work, you can watch your dogs. You can keep an eye on your pets. Yeah. Good. Dalton, would you like to go to the supermarket today? Good question. Good question. Good. Okay. Good. Really nice examples. As I'm going through this lesson, keep your examples coming. Practice everything. Good. Okay. So I think I would like is pretty simple. It's pretty clear. I think a lot of you are familiar with I would like. Just remember this grammar here. Okay. The next two are very common, but people often confuse these two. So let's take a look. Okay. Good. This is a good place to scroll. Everyone can see everything. Everyone can see everything. Okay. Would rather, and actually let me highlight these so it's clearer. Would rather, would prefer. That's what we're going to look at now. Would rather, would prefer. When we use these two phrases, we are speaking about a preference. Is A or B better for you? When you think or when you hear would rather or would prefer, think about this like a fork in the road. There are two or more options, but which one do you prefer? Which one do you want? Good. Nice examples. Keep them coming. Really good. I'm seeing a lot of would like. That's excellent. Good. Okay. I know I said this wasn't really a grammar lesson, but we got to look at the grammar because that's the biggest difference here. Don't worry. As we continue, we're not going to look at these tiny little grammar points. Okay. Would rather plus bare infinitive. That means a verb without to. Would prefer is with the infinitive or the noun. Let's do some examples. Would you rather have? That's my bare infinitive. Would you rather have tea or coffee? Same question. Would you prefer to have? Would you prefer to have tea or coffee? And you can see after would prefer, we can have a noun. We don't need a verb. I'd. There's a contracted form I'd. I'd rather walk home today than. I'd rather walk home today than take the bus. Tahazim says, I'd rather have a tea than coffee, and I would prefer to have a coffee rather than tea. Yep. Good. I'd prefer to walk home today rather than take the bus. She'd rather save her money than buy something she doesn't really need. She'd prefer to save. Look at the difference. It's very small. She'd rather save. She'd prefer to save. It's these little things you need to notice. She'd prefer to save her money rather than buy something she doesn't really need. You know, you can always take a screenshot here to look at later, and you can always pause this lesson. So I put together a little summary. Would you rather A or B? Question form. I would rather A than B. I would prefer A rather than B. Can I see some of your examples? Choose one of these three. 1, 2, 3, and let me see some examples. Dalton, while you're thinking, I'll answer a few questions. What does bare infinitive mean? What does bare infinitive mean? It's only without to? That's right. Let me show you. Okay. So bare infinitive is go, eat, play. Not with the S. Not the past form. And then just the infinitive is to go, to eat, to play. So the infinitive is with to, bare infinitive is without to. However, Dalton, when someone says infinitive, sometimes it can mean bare infinitive or with to. Just look at the context. Sometimes they're interchangeable. Okay, good. Patricia says, I would prefer to go. Yeah, I would prefer to go for a walk rather than go to work. Absolutely. A walk sounds much more enjoyable. Honey, I would prefer juice rather than coffee. Very nice. Yeah. Good. Aku, ma'am, these are all showing a comparison between two things and persons. That's a good summary. We're comparing, but we're also choosing a preference. Which one is better for you? But yeah, we're kind of comparing. Okay, good. Prax says, I would rather watch this live YouTube channel than scroll through random videos. Thank you so much for being here. I love that example. Good. Okay. Let's move on. Would prefer, would rather. Remember this as we go to the next one, next point, and keep your examples coming. I really love seeing all the examples, even if I don't click on them. Don't worry, I love seeing them come in. Practice makes perfect. Almost perfect. Okay, let's move. I would sooner. I would sooner is the same as I would rather. Remember we looked at I would rather here? I would rather. So what's the difference between I would sooner and I would rather? They're both great. I would rather is more common. However, I would sooner is more emphatic. Notice how I put an arm flexing. More emphatic, it's more powerful. I'd sooner not eat. I'd sooner not eat than eat anything with celery in it. This is celery, and this is a real sentence. I love vegetables. I cannot stand celery, so as an exaggeration, I'd sooner not eat than eat anything with celery in it. Adam. Adam would sooner sell his car than his PlayStation. So you can see he loves his PlayStation so much, he would rather sell his car than his PlayStation. So from time to time, mix things up a little bit. You can choose would rather, would prefer. If you want to be emphatic, a little bit more powerful, would sooner. I would sooner. Good. Victor, I have just finished my shift today. I have just finished my shift today. Welcome. Perfect. Thank you for joining me. Good. Okay. All right. And I will, on my channel, I will make another lesson looking at this in a bit more detail because there's a bit more to look at, but for today, it's good. Let's keep going. Would rather, would prefer, would sooner. Let's keep moving. Okay. Next one. I'd say, I would say, I'd say. Repeat after me. I'd say. I'd say. Right, practice at home. And this is almost always contracted, I'd say. Subject plus verb or just noun. And I'll give you examples, of course. Definition, in my opinion. This is my best guess. I'd say, What do you think about Tim, the last person we interviewed? I'd say he's the best person we've seen so far. This means in my opinion. I'd, subject verb, I'd say. The weather forecast says it's going to be sunny all day today, but I'd say it's definitely going to rain. This is my opinion and this is my best guess. This is what I think. I'd say our team has a 50-50 chance of winning. I'd say our team has a 50-50 chance of winning. Aku, man, we have a lot of ways to express our opinions in the English language. There are lots of ways. Normally people learn in my opinion, I think, but this is a bit different. I'd say. Next one. Which blue would look better in my kitchen? I'd say the lighter one. So here you can see it's not followed by a subject and a verb, it's followed by a noun. I'd say the lighter one. Good. Taizim, I heard I would sooner for the first time. Excellent, I'm glad it's new for you. I would sooner isn't as common as would rather, but it's still good to know. Dalton, would you like summer or winter? I'd say it's summer. I'd say summer is better. Here, Dalton, we wouldn't say would you like because you're not really offering anything. This is do you like? Do you like summer or winter? And then your example is nice. I'd say summer is better. Okay. Let's keep going. We've done I'd say. Let's keep moving. This one's an interesting one. There's a bit of emotion to this one. It's kind of a challenging one to explain, but let's do it. You would think that plus subject plus would, double would, or just a period. Look at this man here. Something is so illogical. It doesn't make sense. I can't believe it. You can't believe it. You would think. The post office doesn't have any packaging materials. You would think that they would have everything you need. What? A post office doesn't supply anything? That doesn't make sense. So it's a good way to kind of show that you're a bit annoyed, you can't believe something because it's not logical. Oh, Lewis, thank you for joining me. I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome. And now you are officially an English nerd. Let's look at another example. I know Max is always late for everything, but you would think he would show up on time for the party he planned. Does it make sense that he's late for the party he organized? No. So you would think is, I don't believe this. Good. Show up is a phrasal verb. It means arrive. It's very common. Very, very common. Okay. Oh, we have another new English nerd. Wonderful. Mateen, thank you so much for joining me. I'm happy to have you here. Thank you. Let's look at another example. With all the fines the council threatens for littering, I'm surprised they haven't put out more trash cans for the public to use. You would think that they would do this. This is logical. I don't know why they're not doing this. Fines. A fine? Here it's a noun. Noun. This is money you pay as a punishment. So imagine you park illegally and you get a ticket. You need to pay a fine. To litter. To litter means to throw trash on the street. You're littering. So here this boy is littering. So with all the fines the council threatens for littering, I'm surprised they haven't put out more trash cans for the public to use. You would think. Let's say this together because, learning vocabulary is not just words on a piece of paper. There's emotion to it. If you kind of get the emotion, you learn the vocabulary easier. Let's do this together. Okay, I want you to be a little bit annoyed. I want you to say it with me. You would think. You would think. Right, this is illogical. I can't believe it. Manuel, ooh, wonderful. Thank you for joining me. So happy to have you here. And thank you always for commenting on my videos. I always see your comments. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, nice. Let's move. Let's move. Okay. This one's kind of funny. I like this one. I wouldn't. It's always in the negative. I wouldn't. I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. This is used as an exaggeration. Something is so bad that you even don't want your enemy to suffer. That's how bad it is. My tooth is killing me. I wouldn't wish this pain on my worst enemy. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. Manuel, when I was driving over the speed limit, I got a fine. Absolutely, yes. Yes, going back to fines, if you're speeding, you'll get a ticket. You need to pay a fine. Prax says, why do we say I would think instead of simply I think when expressing an opinion, such as in I would recommend trying this restaurant or I would think this approach might work for you? Prax, would is very hypothetical. I think is more definite. I would think is just a little bit more hypothetical, but I would need to spend some more time to give you a better answer. Okay, good. And if something is killing you, it's super painful. My tooth is killing me. My back is killing me. Kayla, I wouldn't wish this headache on my worst enemy. Exactly. It's so bad, I don't want my enemies to suffer. Clara's job sounds atrocious. Atrocious. Atrocious means extremely bad. Atrocious. I wouldn't wish a job like hers on my worst enemy. Nope. I wouldn't wish a job like hers on my worst enemy. Oh, Elle, this is a really sweet example. I wouldn't wish this kind of heartbreak on my worst enemy. That's a really good exaggeration. If your heart's broken, you wouldn't wish this kind of pain on your worst enemy. Good. Okay. Let's keep moving. I wouldn't put it past him or her. Again, notice it's in the negative. I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past her. Definition. I would not be surprised if he or she did this bad thing. I can believe they did this. I can believe it. Do I have proof? No, but I know their character. I know who they are. I believe they would do this bad thing. I know there's no proof that Ian stole the money, but come on. I wouldn't put it past him. I believe he would do this. I wouldn't put it past him to take. If you want, you can explain yourself. To take something that wasn't his. I believe he would do this. She's so competitive. I wouldn't put it past her to try and sabotage her rival's presentation. I wouldn't put it past her. I believe she would do this. I don't have proof, but I think this is possible. Good. Sabotage. This is a great verb. Sabotage. Sabotage. This means to do something to damage another person's success. Look at this man here. When you sabotage someone, it's like you're being sneaky. Ha ha ha. They're gonna fail. You sabotage. So what can she do? Maybe she hides the projector so her rival panics, has to make last minute changes, and her rival is criticized for not being prepared. Ha ha ha. She sabotaged her rival's presentation. Sabotage. L. I wouldn't put it past Mary to come up with an excuse at the last minute to avoid the meeting. Excellent. Exactly. Maybe she's not being honest. She's just lying, coming with an excuse. I believe she would do this. Absolutely. Okay. Good. English friendly. Which grammar do you use, ma'am? Which grammar do I use? Well, this is, I guess I would say I use American grammar. Is that the question you're asking? Which grammar do you use, ma'am? I guess standard grammar, standard American grammar. American grammar and British grammar can be slightly different. Usually they're the same. For example, Americans tend to use the past simple more than the present perfect. There are little things like that, but I'm not sure exactly what you mean by which grammar do you use. Just standard grammar. Good. Okay. Right. Really nice. Okay. Remember, in this lesson, we're not looking at would in terms of the grammar. Like grammar, for example, would is the past for will. You know, in these examples here, you really want to memorize them as pieces of vocabulary. Don't try to analyze would in here. Generally, would is hypothetical. You know, we're kind of guessing, we're thinking, not necessarily factual. But in today's lesson, think of these as chunks, one piece of vocabulary, and their definitions. Okay, good. Teacher Leo, thank you. I think he means what grammar book? Oh, what grammar book do I use? Once in a while, I will refer to Michael Swan's English, what's the name of it? Practical English Usage. Once in a while, I need to refer to that. But I've been teaching a long time, so a lot of the grammar I know. I already know. Yeah, but I wouldn't say there's one specific book I personally use. Thank you, teacher Leo, for clarifying that. Okay. Let's keep going. Next one. What would you say to? What would you say to noun? What would you say to verb ing? Are you interested in this suggestion? What would you say to a trip to the beach this afternoon? Are you interested? Do you want to go or not? What would you say to trying skydiving with me? We have the noun and the ing form. Repeat after me. What would you say? Again, what would you say? What would you say to a trip to the beach? What would you say to a trip to the beach? So if you're asking someone a question, you can of course say, do you want to go to the beach? Would you like to go to the beach? This is just another option. You need variety. What would you say to a trip to the beach this afternoon? Okay. Manuel says, I know I could be a bit annoying, but I wouldn't put it past him when I said that he had been putting nails on the track. Oh my God, that's a crime. Okay. I'm guessing, Manuel, you mean a track like a running track? Nails on a running track? Wow. Okay, if someone does that, that's pretty nasty. Ooh, I wouldn't put it past and put nails on the track. Good. Okay. Patricia, nice. What would you say to going to the cinema? Going to the cinema this weekend? Yeah, nice. Honey, what would you say to going to the dentist? Yeah, you could definitely say, do you want to go to the dentist? What would you say to going to the dentist? Yeah. Bay English. Okay. So here, there's would in here. I guess it's related to today's topic. Should I say, if I were you, I would walk, or if I was you, I would walk? Bay, in standard grammar, you should say if I were you, because it's the subjunctive, it's hypothetical. If I were you, I'd go to the dentist. If I were you, I'd look for another job. However, many people say if I was you. So if you're taking an exam, you need to use if I were you. But in day-to-day conversation, you will hear people saying if I was you. Technically, it should be were. Okay. Kayla, what would you say to writing some letters to friends who live far away? Yeah, nice. Really nice. Okay. Nice. What would you say to trying a new restaurant this weekend, Jane? Excellent. Absolutely. Do you like this suggestion? Are you interested? Now, let's see. I think I have two more to go. Let's look at two more. Perfect. What would you say to doing live lessons once a week? You know, that's a great question. What would you say to doing live lessons once a week? I would love to go live every week. However, with my schedule, every other week works best for the moment. In the future, I may do more lives. Yeah, I may do more lives. But a good example? Okay. This one's funny. Would it kill you to verb? Would it kill you to verb? This is a rhetorical question. A rhetorical question is a question that doesn't have an answer. Nobody expects an answer. A rhetorical question used as an exaggeration and to show that you are annoyed. So if you do this simple thing, it won't kill you. Stop being lazy. Come on, Steve. Would it kill you to be on time for our meetings? Like, it's simple. It's simple to be on time. Would it kill you to be on time? You can tell the person is annoyed. Someone is a little bit irritated. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Would it kill you to not put empty milk cartons back in the fridge? Just throw them away. Imagine someone finishes the milk. This is a milk carton. They finish the milk is empty, they put it back in the fridge. The next person can say, come on, would it kill you to not put empty milk cartons back in the fridge? You're a little bit annoyed. Gabby, would it kill you to take out the trash? Exactly. Imagine a person never takes out the trash. The trash can is overflowing. You can say, if you do this, you're not gonna die. Would it kill you to take out the trash? Yes. Kamachi, I'm not well. I feel too tired to watch this now. I'll watch this live sometime later. Kamachi, get better soon. This live will always be on my channel. You know how to find it. Thank you for being here. Yeah, get better soon. Get some rest. Oh, hey Ben, would it kill you to put your dishes in the sink after eating? Exactly. You're annoyed? Come on. Would it kill you to tidy up? Absolutely. And let's do this one together. This is a nice, short, and simple one. So I want you to be a little bit annoyed at someone. I'll go first and then you. Would it kill you to tidy up? Let's do it again. Would it kill you to tidy up? Right. Good. So you definitely use this with someone you're comfortable with. I mean, you wouldn't really use this with your boss or a stranger, someone you're kind of close to. Okay. Honey, did you catch a typo? You type one instead of on in the first example. Oh, yes. Thank you, honey, so much. Sorry, it's not come on, Steve. Come on, Steve. Thank you for catching that. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay. Really nice examples. Your examples are really funny. Yes. Good. Okay. My parents are visiting for 5 days next week. For 5. Ooh. Oh my goodness, I spotted something else. For 5 days next week. Ooh. My parents are visiting for 5 days next week. Ooh. Would it kill you to pretend you're having a good time? Just pretend. You're not gonna die if you pretend. Annie, welcome! Welcome, we have another English nerd. Thank you for joining me. Happy to have you here. Last one. Let's look at the last one. I wouldn't be caught dead plus verb ing. I wouldn't be caught dead wearing. I wouldn't be caught dead doing, etc. That would embarrass me too much. Even if I were dead, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be caught dead doing something. Here we have a couple, a young couple. But I've spent weeks knitting this for you. And this is to knit. I've spent weeks knitting the sweater for you. Sorry, but I wouldn't be caught dead wearing this. So he's saying, even if I were dead, no, I wouldn't wear this. I need a great lesson, thanks. Thank you very much. I'm happy you enjoyed the lessons. Thank you. Okay. Good. Let's look at 3 more examples. I wouldn't be caught dead singing karaoke in front of people. No way, that would embarrass me too much. I don't think she'd be caught dead admitting she was wrong. And here we have the negative already, so we don't need it again, just to point that out. I wouldn't be caught dead on a reality TV show. I would never join a reality TV show. So I'm curious, what's something you wouldn't be caught dead doing? The first one is a real example. That's a personal example. Oh no, I wouldn't be caught dead singing karaoke in front of people. Trust me, you don't want to hear me. You do not want to hear me sing. Patricia, yeah, I wouldn't be caught dead dancing publicly, dancing in public. Yep, you're thinking, nope, I'm never doing that. Dalton, really nice example. I wouldn't be caught dead watching English lessons, English lessons from other teachers. Yeah, good example. Let me know, what are things you wouldn't be caught dead doing? What else wouldn't I wouldn't be caught dead doing? Lots of things, I think. I wouldn't be caught dead. It's hard for me to think of an example. But I do want to hear you sing Bee Gees. Yeah, you know, I think I could sing Bee Gees because they're so high and I can't sing. I think I can get that high-pitched voice. I think I could do that. Edilon, will you make this PDF available? This PDF is available to my members. So if you join my membership, you can download all of the notes. I have an English Nerd library, and all of my past live lesson notes are there for you to download. Okay. Oh, Mayo, I wouldn't be caught dead speaking English in front of an audience. Right. Okay, I'm curious, Mayo, is this the same in your language? Some people, they just don't like public speaking. Or is it specifically to do with English? Let me know. Let me know if this is really about English or it'd be the same in your language. I wouldn't be caught dead wearing those old sneakers to a formal party. That's right. If it's a formal party, you gotta dress up. You gotta look nice. I wouldn't be caught dead playing football in front of the people, in front of people. Okay, right. Good. Nice. Wonderful. And you know what? That's the last one. That's the last thing we've looked at. Oh, that's the last thing that we needed to look at. Yeah, we've gone through all the pages. This isn't working. Oh, yeah, it is. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. 4 pages here. And again, if you want all these notes, join my channel and become an English nerd. You can get all of the PDFs from my past live lessons on my website. You put in the password, and the password I put in my members only community posts, and you can download them, print, review, and you can write your own notes. Okay. Let me end my screen share. I'll end my screen share. Stop sharing. Okay. Nice. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you learned a few new phrases. I will be making a lesson on would rather, would prefer, would sooner, and a couple more. I'll be doing kind of a standard video on that soon. Okay. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. My next live lesson will be on the 4th. Wow, it's almost December. On the 4th of December. I hope I see you then. Have a nice